Welcome to today's live. I was just putting all a message on the chat to let you know that today is the attitude for gratitude. I am your host, Sandra Bravo, tuning in from Gold Coast of Australia. So if you're watching this live, please come in and type below your name and where are you tuning in from, because I don't want to be here alone. I want to interact with you, so make sure that you tell me your name and where you're watching from, and I'm gonna switch over to this screen to be able to see who is watching. You can leave me some love hearts and some like thumbs up, and that'll be awesome. Today is we have day 0 where June and I made the introduction and let you know that we're gonna be tuning every day live, same place, same time every day, which is 2 p.m. in most of the main cities in Australia: Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Gold Coast. It's 12 p.m. midday in Asia, like Singapore, Malaysia, etc. It's 6 in the morning in mainland Europe, like Spain or Amsterdam or Italy. And it is 9 p.m. in California. It is 11 p.m. in Mexico, or it's midnight in New York and Florida, for example. So welcome, hello June. She is watching me, and welcome everyone on board. We can see the viewers, so don't hide. Just type in your name and let us know where you are watching from, because the more viewers, the more engagement that we get, the more we're going to continue doing this for you, because this is a gift for you. This is a gift. Thanks to Success Resources, you pay nothing and you tune in to learn every day new breakthroughs from UPW, from Tony Robbins, so that we can stack up the lessons and the learnings for your success. We are preparing you for UPW Virtual. If you haven't yet enrolled, now is the time. Go to bringthefreedom.com and make sure you secure your ticket for UPW Virtual. This is the first time in history that Tony Robbins is doing UPW Virtual live. He's already done one in July last month in North American hours, and there's 2 more coming, September and October. So depending what days and what times work for you, go ahead and enroll. In fact, to be honest, I strongly recommend that you enroll into both of them. I think you can never do UPW enough. Tony Robbins covers every area of your life, from relationships, business, success, health, energy, your mindset. He helps you get rid of all the limiting beliefs that are in your subconscious that are holding you back. And the more you do it, the more you ingrain that change into your cellular system in a permanent basis. So welcome, Ute. I know Ute. She is one of my ladies and in Europe, and she did my Miracles Mindset Challenge. She did my Goddess of Abundance course. So Chloe, of course, from Malaysia. And of course, we have Charmaine in Malaysia. So welcome. Please make sure that you keep engaging. I know we have more viewers than that. We are cross posting this in many different platforms. So wherever you're tuning in from, I can't see all the comments because I can't go from platform to platform. But hopefully you are in the Success Resources page. That's where you're watching this, or my page, and you can come and comment and let us know where you're watching from, and I will acknowledge you. I will call you by your name and say, hey, I've got you. I know you're here. So day 0, June and I had the introduction to let you know what we're doing. Then we had day 1 yesterday, where we talked about the vocabulary of ultimate success and how words are powerful and they have a vibration of energy. Today we're going to talk about the attitude of gratitude. I love this topic because gratitude is one of the 2 highest vibrations of energy in the world. If you know which one is the other one, let me know on the chat, and I might even give you a prize. You never know. I might even post you a copy of my book or something from Tony Robbins. You don't know. So Ute says it was amazing. Let me know if you know what is the other highest vibration of energy in the universe. We have 2. One of them is gratitude, which we're going to be talking about today. And the other one, if you know it, put it in the chat. We also have Dennis Tan. Hi, Dennis, from Singapore. I love Dennis. Actually, Dennis, I'm pretty sure you and I did a UPW with Tony Robbins together. Actually, it wasn't a UPW. It was a Date with Destiny. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dennis. But I think you and I did Date with Destiny here in Gold Coast together about 8 years ago. Let me know if I got that right. So here we go. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Date with Destiny, I was thinking, for those of you that have been showing up live and engaging, I was thinking of giving you a free bonus additional live with me on my Sunday. Um, because I'm gonna have a little group of my clients here at my property, and we're gonna have a girly day where we're gonna go into the sauna and the spa, and we're gonna do some facials, and then we're gonna watch a girly movie, and then we're gonna put the fire outside. And a lot of them have done UPW with Tony Robbins. So my intention is to do a live with all of them while we're in the spa doing our girly thing, to get them to share their experience and how we change their lives with you on a Facebook Live on Sunday. So stay tuned, because that's going to be a free additional bonus that a session that I'm going to do for you with love and gratitude, so that you can hear from other participants of UPW and their experience and how we change your life, so that it's not just Sandra telling you how amazing it has been and how we changed my life. In fact, I'll give you a little tour of my property, of my house, because not to brag, but to show you what's possible when you get to work on yourself, work on your mindset. And I don't know anyone else better in the world to help you change your limiting beliefs, reprogram your subconscious for success, than the one and only, the man, the legend, Tony Robbins. So trust me, I've done work with a lot of different trainers, speakers, and coaches, and all of that. No one like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is the number one peak performance coach in the world. He coaches top celebrities, presidents of America, you name it. If you know of anyone that's really, really successful and well known, I bet you he has been coached or trained by Tony Robbins. So, then he said, attitude of gratitude. Yes. Tan William is here. Phoebe Chang is here. So welcome, welcome. Keep coming in the comments. Now, in case you didn't guess it, love is the other. I said, which are the two highest vibrations of energy in the world? And that is gratitude and love. And today we're going to focus on gratitude, attitude of gratitude. Listen carefully. Please make sure that you have your notebook and your pen ready to take notes. Okay. Make sure you allocate either a little notebook or a journal that you use just for this, for Tony Robbins lessons and content that we're going to be teaching and learning and sharing together here on your journal, so that you can have at one place rather than have a little sticky note here and a little paper there and a little, index card there. Just consolidate it all in once, because this is going to be very helpful for you to review later and refer back to your notes. So you want to have it all in one place. If you're a lady, you may want something colorful like I do, right? I'm all about color. You can tell my office is all colorful. I get inspired by color. If you're a man like Dennis and William, you may want just a plain black or gray kind of journal or book where you're going to be taking your notes. However it works for you, just make sure you have something that, is your special thing where you go to, where you want to refresh your memory and review all the things that you're learning. So Tony Robbins says, trade your expectations for appreciation. Trade your expectations for appreciation. So if you're engaging with me, go ahead and type it on the chat so that you help me, because I can't multitask. You go and put it in the chat for me so that everyone else that is there can see it. And this is what it means. Many times we become a little bit entitled. We just expect certain things to happen because we got used to having them, instead of appreciating them. And I'm going to give you some examples. I am Mexican. I'm Sandra Bravo. You can hear my accent. I am born and raised in Mexico. I left Mexico when I was 21. That's half of my life ago. I'm 42 years old now. So half of my life ago, I left Mexico, went traveling around the world for 3 years, and then I ended up settling in Australia, which of course I'm biased, but I think Gold Coast is the best place in the world to be, especially right now. And as a Mexican, I never take for granted the fact that I live in a beautiful part of the world. I think that Gold Coast is a little paradise in heaven, without the inconvenience of dying, being here. And you know what? I have two girls, right? Alana, who's 13, Brianna, who's 10. And I know the lifestyle that I would have provided for them being in Mexico versus being here is too worlds apart, completely different. So I never take it for granted. I wake up every morning being grateful, appreciating the fact that I live in a first world country and that we're safe and that we're in an amazing place for my kids to grow up with a lot more opportunities that I could have ever had if they were in Mexico. And even though we go, well, not during lockdown, but normally we go to Mexico 2 or 3 times a year on holidays. And I tell you what, like when I go out on the shopping centers, I can't just let my girls go around and say meet me later. I'm normally holding their hands, right? Because safety security is very different. When I'm in Australia, it's completely different. We can go to the shopping center. They want to go to this shop. I want to go to that one. Okay, girls, I'll meet you here in 30 minutes, an hour, and it doesn't matter. They're safe. I don't take it for granted every day of my life. My three brothers, my parents, they're all in Mexico. They have kids. The lifestyle is completely different. So, I don't just expect it because now I live in Australia and I've been here long enough. No, I always keep that gratitude of remembering where my roots are, where I come from, and how much more of a better life I have because I live in this country. So that's what trading your expectation for appreciation means. When I was still back in the corporate world 10 years ago, and thanks to doing UPW with Tony Robbins, I managed to take my life to a whole new level, quit my full time job, start my own business, and have the freedom of being an entrepreneur who runs her business from my home office, being a present mother for my kids. I just dropped off my little one today. It's a public holiday here in Gold Coast, so there was no school. So I dropped off my little one to her friend's house just about an hour ago while I was in the middle of a meeting with Success Resources team because I can. But had I not done UPW, had I not learned from Tony Robbins, I would still be stuck in a corporate job working 8, 10, 12 hours a day without the freedom and flexibility that running my own business affords me. And being able to jump on a Zoom meeting with Success Resources team in another continent while I'm driving my girl to her friend's house, and then coming back to help my 13-year-old daughter Alana. She's here. She's doing distance education, which is like homeschooling, but the parents don't teach her to do that. And she has her own private teachers and tutors. It's a private school that it's all virtual, and they've been doing it for 8 years. So they're ahead of the game from any other school in the world, I think. They have an amazing system. So she was about to submit her project for her assessment for digital technology. And in between my business calls and whatever, I sat down for a few minutes with her to help her with that. And then I came to do this with you, which I love doing every day. And I have the flexibility to do that. Why? Because I took action. I decided to enroll into UPW all those years ago. And I'm so grateful I did because it totally transformed my life. So now it's your turn. If you were gonna make it in your own on your own, you would have made it by now. So maybe it's time for you to take an action to do something that is gonna take you in a different path, in a different trajectory in your life, and take your life to a whole new level. And now, thanks to Success Resources, you have the opportunity to do that. Go to bringthefreedom.com and get your ticket for UPW Virtual. I mean, seriously, if you don't have $295 to invest in yourself, that's even a bigger reason why you have to do it, because that's an issue. If you don't have $295 to invest in yourself, that's a big problem. And you know what? Go and tell your neighbor, your best friend, or someone that you love, and say, "Hey, let's go in halves. Let's join it in my home office, and let's do it together." Although I recommend you do it yourself. The other thing is, the sooner you enroll into UPW Virtual, the more chances that you have of getting your pack in the mail. I got my pack. I did the UPW Virtual just last month, which was the very first ever in the history of humanity with Tony Robbins. And I had my pack in the mail about a week before, which comes with all your goodies so that you can visually engage with Tony Robbins, giving him the thumbs up or the thumbs down and say yes, say yes. Tony, he'll be like, say yes, make a move, make a move. And he teaches you how to condition your physiology, your body for success. Or if you love something, like love, whatever, you'll get your piece of wood that you're going to break with your hand as a symbol of breaking through your biggest limiting belief, and he will prepare you for that. He did it with my daughter. She was so excited. We put two stools here, the piece of wood, and she's like, boom. And it just meant so much for her to embody that feeling of success into her physiology, that she's like, Mom, can we do it again? Like, that was amazing. So I talked to who was I talking to yesterday? I was driving somewhere with my girl. Oh yeah, Janet. And she I bumped into this acquaintance on the street, someone that I did a lot of seminars together with for Success Resources. And she was saying to me that her pack for the last UPW virtual, the very first one that Tony Robbins did, didn't arrive until a week after the event. So even though they do everything in their power to get you packs to you on time anywhere you are in the world, the longer you leave it, the more risk of your pack not arriving on time. So I strongly encourage you to register now, because as soon as you enroll into UPW Virtual, the more chances you have of your pack arriving on time, so that you don't feel left out. Okay. Now, another story of trading your expectations for appreciation. Um, this is the thing. Many times we just, the more expectations that you have, the more chances of you being disappointed. Okay. And the more chances of you being unfulfilled or unhappy or having reasons to be upset. So the less expectations you have, the more appreciation you have, in turn, the more likely that you're going to feel happy and motivated and have an amazing and fulfilling life. And Tony Robbins often tells the story of this man who is in the bus, in a public bus, and there's this other man with his three children, and they just being a little, outrageous, noisy, playing and whatever. So then they're disturbing this businessman who's sitting on the bus, and he gets so annoyed and upset that he ends up turning to the father of the three kids, saying, "What the heck? Are you gonna get your kids to stop or what? Like, it's so annoying. They're being so rowdy." And the father of the three kids, like with a very sad face, say, "Oh, yeah, I'm really sorry." He was lost his own thoughts in his own little world, and he said, "Oh, look, I'm really sorry. It's just they just lost their mom, but yeah, I guess I'll go and ask them to calm down." So guess what? The man that was complaining, the man that told him, just keep your kids quiet, all of a sudden he's like, oh my god, he felt horrible, because here he is, has the expectation of everyone behaving on the bus and being sitting nice and quiet, when there's these three kids playing around, making noise and whatever. And then when he realizes what the situation is, he went from having that expectation to feeling grateful of what he has in his life, because he could be so much worse. He could be that man that just lost the wife and left him as a widow with three kids to raise, right? So all of a sudden, when you change that expectation or that filter that you're looking through, and everything changes. And so I'm asking you today, what is the one thing today that you can change and reframe from expecting it, from being entitled, to being grateful for, to appreciating it? You know what? I know for me, for example, about if you're still, I can see a bunch of you live watching, so just send me some, thumbs up and some love hearts, so I can get more excited to give you more of me. So about 2 weeks ago, my girls finally went back to their sports, and as you know, we hadn't had any group sports, team sports, for 4 months. And depending where you are in the world, it might be even longer for you. But I know here in where I live in Australia, we didn't have any team sports for about 4 months due to the virus. And so what happened is 2 weeks ago, finally, my girls can go back to playing touch football. I don't know if you have touch football in your country or where you live, but it's a mix of kind of soccer, football, and American football kind of thing, where instead of kicking, it's all running and touching. Once you touch, they have to exchange a ball, and they love it. And so we went back on a Saturday for the game. They normally have a training during the week, and then they have their actual game or competition every Saturday morning. And so both girls have it at different times. So sometimes we're there from 7:30 in the morning until 10 a.m. And so we went to the first game, and they're all over the place because they haven't trained together for 4 months. So, they're not communicating with the team properly. The ball is all over the place. They're all trying to run the whole field with the ball, one person instead of passing it to the team. So it was hilarious. But the thing is, I was so grateful to be there, just to be, first of all, outdoors again. Second of all, to hear all the kids, playing and screaming and running around. Third of all, to see, to feel the family environment, all the other parents cheering for the kids and screaming on the grandstand, seeing all the little puppies, because people bring the doggies. We bring our little puppy Chloe. She's not normally, she loves sitting under my desk because she can see through the window when someone arrives. But she's not here, she's with my daughter today. And uh, all the doggies running around excited on the field, and the hot dog man making the hot dogs, which is very typical in Australia. And then the coffee van making all the coffees and the hot drinks for the parents. And oh my God, I can't tell you how grateful I felt, this overflowing feeling of gratitude, because I realized, you know what, it's amazing. The things that we took for granted before the lockdown, all of a sudden, after the lockdown, is like, oh, I appreciate it so much. I am so grateful. When before maybe we're whinging and complaining, I'm going to get up early on a Saturday morning to go to the kids' sports. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, thank you, universe. I am so grateful I get to come to my kids' sports and enjoy the family environment, and listening to the giggles and the laughter of the kids and the parents and the puppies, and the sunshine in our faces. And oh, I can't tell you how beautiful it felt. And I realized, wow, before lockdown I would have never taken the time to really appreciate this moment and be grateful for it. And it's amazing, after lockdown I started to appreciate the things that we couldn't have during the lockdown, right? Vivian says, I miss outdoors too. Yes, gratitude. And you know what? It was so nice. And I just went, you know what, universe, thank you. Because this whole lockdown is a reset for humanity, to teach us to enjoy and appreciate the little things, and the things that we just took for granted before lockdown. I'm sure there's a lot of parents around the world right now that are so appreciative and grateful for the kids' schools, because after they had to homeschool their kids at home for like 1, 2, or 3 months while they're still having to work or run their businesses or do whatever, all the parents were like, I can't wait for them to go to school so the teachers can do their job, not me, the parent. And I'm sure a lot of parents around the world are grateful that the kids are back to school. Some of them are still not. I know in Mexico, my three brothers with the kids, they're not going to have school in person until next year. So they've been doing it for 3, 4, 5 months. They're still paying the fees of the private schools, and the government announced there's no school physical until next year. So they still have like another 5 months of homeschooling their own kids, and it's tough. As a parent, it's tough, especially if you don't have that teacher personality kind of thing. And even if you do, I mean, my 13-year-old daughter, I love numbers, I'm happy to help, but I don't remember algebra and angles and all of these scary things from math. So even if I want to, I don't even know how to teach it to her, right? So what is the thing? Share with me on the comments below. What is the biggest thing that you're grateful for today? Tony Robbins always says, go in the morning for your power walk, and as you walk in, thank you, I'm grateful for this, thank you, I appreciate this, thank you, and just keep going for at least 10 minutes. I'm grateful for my hands that allow me to, high five someone or type on the chat or go on the phone, all the things that it allows you to do. I know my little daughter, the other day said to me if I wanted to watch a movie with her of the surfer, I think it's called, this girl, true life story, in Hawaii, who was a great surfer, and all of a sudden she got bitten by a shark, and the shark took her whole arm off. In Hawaii, you probably know it's a bit of a old movie. And she was like in tears. She's like, Mom, can you imagine if I lost an arm or a hand? Again, we take our limbs and our full body for granted, and we don't realize, oh my God, all the things that we wouldn't be able to do if we didn't have them. So how about waking up in the morning and being grateful for your hands, your feet, your body? Start with yourself, and then start expanding to your loved ones. After you're grateful for all the things in your body, being alive, having an amazing life, be grateful for your children, your husband or your wife, your spouse, your staff, your family members, and just create this ripple effect, because the more grateful that you are, the more you raise your vibration of energy to attract better things into your life. And where can you start? What are the things that you're taking for granted? It's all the little things. You can be grateful for the being able to open the tap and getting clean water out of the tap. There are countries and places in the world that still don't have that, and we take it for granted. When we go to Mexico, we can't just drink water from the tap. We'll get super sick because it's dirty water. So I had to teach my girls when they were little. In Mexico, you don't just drink from the tap, girls. You go and get the water from the filter or the bottle or whatever it is. And again, we take it for granted. I know, me coming from a third world country, I say to them, look, look, my mom doesn't have a dishwasher in her house or an electric garage door that you just press. So, all the fancy things. Like here in my house, I just go and press the iPad on the wall and it turns my air conditioning or my heater on, or, whatever I want. And I have the robot that goes and vacuums the house and it knows where to go. Like all these things that we have. I mean, I'm grateful for technology. If it wasn't for technology, you and I couldn't be here today. My daddy just passed away a couple of months ago. You can see him here on the wall. He's with me all the time. And of course, I couldn't fly to Mexico because of lockdown. But guess what? Thanks to technology, I was able to have a beautiful ceremony in Zoom where one of my cousins, who is a priest in America, did a beautiful ceremony. And all my close friends and family members came on, my loved ones, and they were all able to share a few words about, what was the most beautiful memory they had from my dad. And you know what? It was so beautiful. I got to see uncles and aunts and families and relatives that I hadn't seen for years. And I got to see them thanks to the power of technology. I remember once I was up on a stage in a seminar in South Africa, and my daughter got like I don't know, a little kidney infection or something. Nothing serious, but she was taken from home to hospital with her daddy. And thanks to technology, I mean, I'm in South Africa. By the time I fly over, it's too late. And so we're just FaceTiming from the ambulance, and I'm with her in the ambulance while she's talking to the paramedics. So what are you grateful for? I mean, look at the things that we can do. Someone like me who is a speaker, and I was used to traveling and speaking on stages all over the world. I'm so grateful that now I can do it from Zoom. And you know what? What's it positive? Oh, I don't have to wear high heels on the stage all day. I can just be, I mean, I've got shoes today, but normally I'll just be on my slippers under my desk. And, so what are the positives? I get to have way more quality time with my kids because I'm spending a lot more time at home and all of that. So what is it that you're grateful for? And Vivian is saying she's grateful for being home. Thankful for Sandra sharing these golden nuggets. It's my pleasure. And Chloe is grateful for the power of technology. Thanks to technology, we can keep learning and connecting together. And thanks to technology, you are going to get to do UPW virtual with Tony Robbins, the one and only, the man, the legend himself, in the comfort of your living room, thanks to Success Resources, who is bringing Tony Robbins to you in the comfort of your home. So that way you can do it with your loved ones, your husband, your wife, your kids. You can do it live with Tony Robbins himself. What's going to happen in 10 or 15 or 20 years when Tony Robbins is no longer around, and you hear about the legend and how he changed millions of lives around the world, and you go, damn, I wish I met the man when he was alive. I wish I attended his events, right? Well, guess what? Now is the time. And especially if you are someone in a country, a third world country, or a place where normally you wouldn't have been able to spend a couple of $1,000s to go to a live event with Tony Robbins and pay for flights and hotels and all that. Now it's your opportunity, because before lockdown, you would have never ever gone to see Tony Robbins live and learn from him for only $295. So now, thanks to lockdown, we are grateful. Thanks to Success Resources, who always brings the best of the best to you, you get to learn from Tony Robbins himself live from the comfort of your home when you get your ticket at bringthefreedom.com. Get your ticket for UPW virtual. You can choose the dates for September or for October, whatever is more convenient to you, and just get your ticket. Just get your ticket now, would you? So, and we're gonna be connecting here every day, so I can get you primed and prepared for you to make the most of UPW virtual. And I will be there, so you never know. You and I may be together in a breakout room during UPW doing one of the processes and exercises together that Tony Robbins gets us to do. So I'm really excited. And I'll tell you what, because I've done both. I've done the in-person UPW and I've done the virtual one. And I tell you, as a virtual one, it has a lot of benefits. As we discussed, you don't have the cost of airfares and hotel and all of the travel that gets involved. Second of all, you don't have to do it alone without your family, because now you can get your family in the same room to do it together. Third of all, you have more privacy and space to go deep into the processes, because I know in person sometimes you can be a little self-conscious and you can feel a little bit intimidated, like, well, I don't know this stranger next to me, why am I going to pour my heart out to them and tell them my biggest issues or my biggest limiting beliefs or my biggest pain and secret when I don't know this person? It can be a little bit awkward or intimidating. So guess what? Now you don't have to do that, because you're in the comfort of your house. So you can either choose to do it in your breakout room, or you can do it with the person that you are doing UPW with, which could be your partner, your loved one, your child, or your friend, because you can do it with your friends in the comfort of your living room. So you have a lot more privacy. The other thing is there might be processes where you are with your eyes closed, so you get your mask in the pack. That's why you want to register now, so you have time to get your pack in the mail, and you put your eye mask so that you can do this process or meditation or whatever. And again, you may want to just let it all out and cry and scream and kick and do. And sometimes when you're in a live event, you might be a little bit self-conscious and feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't cry or scream, because what are they going to think? I mean, we're humans, right? We all have the fear of being judged, or what are they going to say, or whatever. So guess what? The benefit of doing it virtual is that you don't have to worry about it, because you can just be here in your home office like I am, or in your living room, whatever, close the door and just go and let it all out, right? So it has a lot of benefits from doing UPW virtual, I'll tell you. You also can get to have a seat if you're a little tired. And Tony, Tony's energy, he can be like, up, keep going. And when you're in a live event, they're watching you, so you can. He can still see you, because he gets to see thousands of us in his $2 million studio, virtual studio that he built for you. But at least you have the option to turn the camera off if you need to run to the toilet, or if you just want to have the 5 minutes sitting on the couch to rest your legs or whatever it might be, right? So there's a lot of benefits to be had. We have Sarmite here. I'm grateful for Success Resources that that they're all over the world bringing this to us all over the world. That's right. So um, I tell you, lots of benefits. Be grateful that you can get to do UPW virtual with Tony Robbins from the comfort of your son for the comfort of your home. Tiny little portion of what normally would cause you to see him live. So go and get your ticket. Bringthefreedom.com. If we can get someone to put the link on the chat, please. Bringthefreedom.com. Go and get your ticket. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope that you're getting a lot of value from me. I am pouring my heart out for you. And I look forward to tomorrow is Saturday. So we won't be here, but I am doing a surprise bonus one session for you on Sunday, because as I said, I have a few of my clients and friends coming over on Sunday to do a girly spa day at my house, which I'll show you. And I'm gonna ask them a few questions about what's the biggest value, the transformation that they got from doing UPW themselves. One of them has even been in the leadership team with Tony Robbins. So I'm just gonna ask questions so that you can learn from somebody else, not just Sandra, all of the value and the transformation they got from going to UPW virtual. Okay, so stay tuned for a surprise session. I'll probably do it around the same time, 2 p.m. Brisbane time, which is 6 a.m. in Europe, 12 p.m. midday in Asia. And I will be doing a surprise bonus session for you. So this is Sandra Bravo signing off in Gold Coast of Australia on behalf of Success Resources, Tony Robbins, and myself. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on Sunday.